Hello, I'm Erica. After my first Camino, I thought packing was about gear. After the next few, I realized it's about survival in the small moments, the cold mornings, the wet shoes, the noisy dorms, and the days your body is tired and your mood is really low. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact packing list that saved me on the Camino, what I always bring, what I never bring, and the small comfort items that don't add much weight but makes a huge difference. The goal is simple. You walk lighter, you sleep better, and enjoy the Camino more. Before we get into the full list, I want to start with the big three, because if you get this right, the rest becomes easy. But if you get this wrong, everything else is just noise. And this video is sponsored by Kazar. Number 1. Your backpack. Not the brand, the fit. Comfort beats everything. If it wraps at home, it'll punish you on day 5. And honestly, the worst gift is someone buying you a backpack. It has to match your body, especially your torso length. A bad backpack doesn't build character, it builds shoulder pain. I want a pack that sits properly on my hips, doesn't pull my shoulders, and still feels good at the end of a very long day. And yes, there's always a choice here. A more traditional, comfy backpack like Osprey or Low Alpine, or going lighter with something ultralight like this one, Zipax. Ultralight is usually more expensive, but on longer Camino, lighter starts to make a lot of sense. Number 2, shoes. This is not the place to experiment. The Camino is basically a daily relationship between your feet and the ground. My rule is simple: comfort first and blister prevention always. For me, that means enough cushioning for long days, an upper that's comfortable, not rigid, and wide toe box and breathable, because dry feet are happy feet. This year I will walk in this Hoka Mafate 5. I tested them on Camino Gran Canaria first. Amazing grip, super cushion, and Ricky loved the color. And the third one are my earplugs. I cannot sleep without this, and this will decide if it will be a good Camino or a miserable one. But for sleeping, I'm gonna cover which system I use shortly, because if you don't sleep well, noisy dorms, early alarms, everything feels harder on that day. My body recovers slowly, my mood is low, and suddenly the Camino isn't fun anymore. And I'm really curious, what's your one non-negotiable item? Tell me in the comments. Next is my non-negotiable, what stays on me at all times and not in the backpack. This bag is basically my Camino life support. And inside I will put my passport, my wallet with cash and cards, my pilgrim passport, and my journal. And yes, the journal comes with me always. The journal is where the Camino lands for me. Photo shows where I've been, but writing shows me what changed. We made our own Camino journal, the journey within, for exactly this. It's linked in the description if you want one for your walk. Thousands of pilgrims have used it on their Camino. You can try it too. And everything goes inside this Ziploc, because even if the Camino is pretty safe, it's still life, and also it can rain a lot. And by the way, one thing that I attached to my backpack, and it's always on me, it's the shell, to show that I'm a pilgrim, and the whistle. This will be attached in the chest strap of my backpack, so in case of emergency, this stays always with me, even when I go to the shower. Okay, this is the part people underestimate, but for me, sleep is not a luxury. It's the difference between a good Camino and a hard Camino. First, my sleeping system. Depending on the season and the type of accommodation, I'll take either a lightweight quilt or a warm sleeping bag. But I always have something. It's cleaner, it's warmer, it's cozy, and honestly, it helps me sleep. Then, my earplugs, non-negotiable. Because albergues are beautiful, but also full of surprises. Early alarms, late arrivals, and people that can snore professionally. Next, my albergue shoes. These are so comfy that I could actually sleep in them. I use them once I arrive for walking around the village, for the albergues, for sightseeing. So for me, they are super practical because they are my comfort shoes at the end of the day. And if you want to know the exact brands I use, check the links in the description. And this is the perfect moment to mention today's sponsor, Kazar. Because here's something that happens a lot. You arrive in Europe with extra luggage, city clothes, warmer layers, things for before and after the Camino. And then you start walking and think, why am I carrying my whole life? That's where Kazar makes everything easier. You can send your extra bag to Santiago and store it safely, so it's waiting for you when you finish. So you get the best of both worlds, a lighter backpack on trail and your normal travel stuff waiting at the end. Link is in the description, because walking lighter really does change the whole experience. This is the part I learned the hard way. On the Camino, it doesn't have to be freezing to feel cold. If you're tired, a bit damp, and there's wind, your body cools down really fast, even in summer. So my layering system is really simple. 1 warm layer that breathes and 1 warm layer that holds the heat. First, a fleece. That's non-negotiable for me. It's light, it dries fast, and it saves me on the cold mornings, late afternoons, inside chilly albergues. Second, the down feather jacket, especially in spring and autumn. Galicia can be cool and humid, and this is what keeps me cozy even when the weather changes fast. Then, the rain protection. Poncho or rain jacket, both works. For me, poncho is easier and covers your backpack. Jacket is better in wind and layers nicely. I personally prefer poncho. And then a hat and a buff that looks small but can change your whole day. The goal isn't to pack more clothes, it's to pack layers that let you stay warm without carrying your whole wardrobe. Okay, clothes. This is where people panic pack. But here's my rule, I don't pack outfits, I pack a repeatable capsule that lets me feel comfortable and fresh enough without carrying in too much. I use a simple 3-way rotation, 1 set I'm wearing, 1 set I'm changing into, and 1 set for sleeping. Socks. I take with me 3 pairs. I strongly recommend, if you can, the merino wool socks because they don't smell, they control better the temperature, and they dry well. And also they prevent blisters. Thank me later. 3 pieces of underwear and 2 bras. This gives me flexibility without overpacking. For underwear, I just want stuff that feels good all day. I personally use brand new merino wool bra and underwear because they feel soft, they're breathable, and they are really nice to wear for long walking days. It's one of those things that you don't want to think about while you're walking the Camino. That means that they are doing their job. 3 tops, t-shirts, long sleeves, sun hoodies, or a mix. For spring and summer, I would go for 2 merino wool t-shirts and 1 long sleeve merino wool shirt. And in autumn, I would go for 2 long sleeves and 1 t-shirt. I also pack an extra old t-shirt that I use instead of a hair dryer. I just plop my hair in this cotton shirt and it helps me keep it manageable without needing a bunch of products or a lot of time. For bottoms, I have 2 trousers, 1 for walking, 1 for pajama, and then 1 pair of shorts. The whole point is the rhythm: wear, wash, dry. If your clothes support that rhythm, you'll feel good and your backpack stays sane. And if you want to know the exact brands I use, check the links in the description. And then I pack everything inside this dry bag. So if the backpack gets soaked, at least you know that all your clothes get dry and also they are well organized. Okay, this is my kit. Toiletries, the minimum effective dose. I have the deodorant, the sunscreen, toothbrush and toothpaste, a lip balm, tweezers, nail clippers, brush and the mirror, only 1, a soap, only 1 soap, which is for laundry, hair and body, a bag to keep it dry, to keep the rest dry, gel for my hair, and towel. And I organize everything in this packing cube because then I can go and take a shower and I can hang it. The most important thing here for me is to put everything in smaller containers like this, because you don't need to bring the whole bathroom with you. It's easy to buy everything on the way. By the way, this is the towel that we use because it's really compact, but it's 24 per 48 inches. So it's enough for me. But look how small it is. I love it. Now another important part of the Camino, feet and body care. First, blister care. I use Wangari because it's natural and effective and it can save you before a hotspot turns into a full blister drama. Then we have the electrolytes, especially in heat or if you sweat a lot, it gives you the immediate replenishment. Then if you want magnesium, that helps you with recovery and cramps. And finally, basic meds like painkillers or anything personal that you know you need. For me, it's hay fever pills. If your feet are happy and your body recovers, everything else becomes easier, even in the hard days. This is where the backpack grows if you are not careful. So I split extra in 3 little piles. Tech, we have the charger, a power bank if you need one, the ebook reader, and that's it. Then laundry. I take with me some cloth pegs to hang clothes on the backpack in case they are still wet when I start walking. And then we have the comfort and safety, which is my water bottle, that is a collapsible one, and my trekking poles. Here's my filter. If it helps me walk, it helps me sleep and stay calm and comfortable, it comes with me. And if it doesn't, it stays home. Because the Camino already gives you enough to carry. Alright, so this is my packing list for this year. Not perfect, not fancy, but this is what actually saves me Camino after Camino. If you are packing right now, remember, the goal isn't to bring everything you might need. It's to bring what helps you walk well, sleep well, and feel human. And if you're still doubting which route is right for you, check this video here. It might be a real eye-opener for many. Buen camino!